Welcome back to a new video. It's Tuesday 11th of February as we are doing this voiceover. I raced the C grade crit 2 days ago on Sunday morning, and I was at the pointy end of the race for about half an hour until my legs started to give up and people were just going past me. I was doing 37, 36, slowing down. My legs were screaming and the gap was really growing. And essentially I was being gapped. Mentally I had given up, and then I sat up. What came next was unexpected. The day began like pretty much any other. Wake up, take a shower, take a dump, get a kit, take the video camera out, and look at the bike. I was gonna ride in today for the race, and when I looked at my bike I was like, oh man, it is so dirty. Definitely not race ready. I know some people love to clean their bikes up before a race. Well, that's definitely not me. I rode into Bibra Lake for this race, and I hope you guys enjoy the video. It's not the full video because my SD card ran out of memory, but I've got quite a bit, so stay tuned. It's Sunday, 9th of Feb, and race day. There's the Bibra Lake Criterion happening in just under an hour, and so I've decided to ride out today. Weather is a little bit strange. It's been stinking hot last few days. Today it's cloudy. There was a bit of a drizzle this morning as well, and I told myself if it was gonna rain, I'm not gonna race. It looks like the weather's gonna hold out, so I'm gonna ride my way there today, and let's see how things unfold. The ride into Bibra Lake was pretty smooth and strangely cloudy and cool. It was a nice chill. I think it was like 22 degrees. Super nice weather, overcast, no sun, UV index was nice and low, and yeah. We have arrived at the race location. Took me a little bit longer than I thought it would. 30 minutes, because I didn't look at the map properly. I didn't realize I couldn't turn in where I wanted to, so a bit of a turnaround, roundabout ways. Anyways, whew. So I'm gonna go around the course. Seems pretty fast. There's a bit of a tailwind here. Okay. Here we go. Got people lining up already. Lining up for numbers. Morning. Here we go. Ooh, lots of people here already. Okay, let me put my bike down and get things going. Morning. Morning. Hello, hello.
I just got everything out.
We are back here. Hello, hello.
Hello, how are you?
Good, good. Nathaniel.
What grade, Nathaniel?
C, please. I believe we're registered for C.
Where are you?
These are all the timing chips. Race numbers.
There you are. 112.
I am
And number
112.
20 transponder.
112 and number 20 transponder. Okay, too easy. Number 20 is here.
Yeah.
May I help myself?
Yes, you may.
Thank you.
Whatever your preferred. Yep.
Okay.
There's cable ties if you prefer that.
I think cable ties are a bit more secure. Thank you.
And you get you got 112 is your number, so it should be
Okay. Oh, right here. Right at the top. How good is that? Thank you very much. Okay, time to put up my number. Hey, how are you?
Good, man. How are you?
Good, good. What's your name again?
David Vitale.
David, yeah. Beautiful.
Yeah,
Racing
Dave.
today.
Yeah, we're racing today.
A grade.
Yeah, I'm in A grade.
Yes, I know.
Yeah,
You look
so
fast.
I'm gonna get myself torn a new one. Yeah.
Are you familiar with this course?
No, I've never raced it before.
Oh, so first time for you.
Yeah. First time for you?
Sweet.
Or?
First time for me here.
No, well, good luck
That's
today.
right.
Were you
Thank
racing
you.
bees?
No, I tried B last round and
Yeah.
I died.
Yeah.
I got spat out the back halfway, so I'm trying
yeah.
C today.
Well, I'm just gonna try and hold the wheel.
All right, all the best, man. Stay
Thank you very
upright
much.
and
Cheers.
hopefully get a podium. Yeah.
No, hopefully.
I thought they were racing B, but they're racing C, so got competition. I thought it would be a walk in the park with all the old men, but turns out no. What are your names, by the way?
Kelly.
Kelly and Mike. So first race here.
Yeah, first race.
Have you guys done the course already?
Yeah, just sussed it out. It's
Pretty fast?
pretty fast down the back, yeah. It's going to be headwind sprint, so.
Headwind sprint. Oh, that's going to be painful. So I reckon you guys will be working together?
Yeah, definitely. There's a
Okay.
few of us, so. Yeah.
Ah, a few of you guys.
Secret strategies, yeah.
Very nice. Well, stay upright and I'll see you guys out on course. You got your numbers and stuff already?
Yeah.
Oh, you guys are quick.
Yeah, we're ready to
Okay. I've got to get ready too. So while I'm pinning up my numbers, I've heard that Michael Boey
Yeah, I'm glad you did.
is racing
Better to have more than this.
Masters C. That is very interesting. Made a bit of sandbagger, eh? I'm sure Michael will do very, very well. He races Open C, which would be about B grade Masters. But oh well, we'll see. Okay, here we go. A grade and C grade are gonna line up.
Nick, you're in the wrong grade, man. You should go in the A, man.
Me? No, man, bro, it's you. I just called you out as a sandbagger, man. Michael over here. Yeah, you race Open C.
Yeah.
Open C is like Masters B grade.
Nah.
Yeah.
D grade.
Are you in C grade or A grade?
I'm in
He's in C.
C, all right. Can you go to the back of that?
All right, let's go to the back. Yeah, A's in front.
A grade will be our first, so if you go
Yeah.
behind A grade. Thank you very much.
No worries. These are the A grade men. Oh yeah. All the best, guys. All the best. Have fun. Michael Boey. I predict he's going to. I predict Michael is going to attack from at about a half an hour mark. Go off the front and finish solo today.
No chance, no chance.
It's on his. It's on his bucket list. Bucket list. Yeah, 25 minutes to race. At a halfway point, this guy starts to break off solo, and then the commentators, Jethro, either Jet or Tom, will go like, "It's Mike Boy again. He's pulling away." And then he goes off, and everyone, the whole peloton just lets him go.
Was it? Is
Yeah,
it?
they let you go.
I
and,
get caught.
and then the chase starts behind. And then you can see this guy like tucking arrow, going, and then he gets caught, and he just sits up.
Good try. One more try tomorrow. One more try tomorrow.
One more try tomorrow. Okay, all the best tomorrow, man.
Cheers, man.
All
Thank
the
you.
best. Cheers. He makes racing exciting. I mean, guys like it. So when are you going to A grade?
Too old for it, man. Too old for it.
And by the way, have you heard of the WestCoast Masters race?
Yeah, I'm doing it
Oh, you're doing
tomorrow.
tomorrow?
Yeah.
Oh, I'll see you at the Bibra Lake then.
All right, perfect.
Cool.
I'll see you, man.
Oh, nice. So look at all those guys who rock up for C grade. And look at the faces of these guys, C grade regulars.
Does he have pubic hair?
I do, mate.
Just about.
We got grey pubes.
Hey, Alvin.
Hello.
Good to see you, man.
Owen just turned 50 yesterday.
All right, this is going to be very interesting C grade. Very interesting C grade today. So interesting in the sense that did not anticipate these guys rocking up. So look who's laughing now.
Okay, at the front. We need you at the front, boys.
Okay, so the plan is just to grab all of them, eh?
That sounds good. Nat, yeah.
Did anyone bring any sandwiches or beer?
Just race face.
Which one's the biggest one? One's going to hide behind him.
WestCoast Masters, always super fun, friendly vibes, fun vibes, which is really good.
Well, out there, he's 88. Next week is 89.
Yay!
Leo is 88, and I'm the youngster at 84. So, something to bear in mind later on.
Race commentary begins. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and before the one is even called, we got people moving off the line. Just to familiarize yourself with the screen, I'm gonna start at the top left. Top left is the map. You'll be able to see me, the yellow dot, going around and around. We cover, I think, like 30 plus laps in the time, maybe even 30 plus laps, I think, or maybe even 42. Anyways, bottom left is my RPM. In the middle, I've got heart rate and power with the 0 to max power of 1002. And then speed on the right. And as we go up to the top right, that is the dynamic map, where you see, well, a map that's more flowing, I guess. At the top middle, I'm sorry for those of us actually, who read everything in kilometers. I forgot to change the metrics to miles and couldn't be bothered to re-render the whole thing again. Alright, so we are just starting the first lap. This course is pancake flat, like absolutely flat. And basically the corners are wide and sweeping, not technical at all. If anything, the final corner is the sharpest one, but then again, you can take it pretty wide. The roads are nice and wide, and it's a very fast course. There was a headwind on this straight. This is the start-finish straight, and the headwind would get stronger. It was already pretty strong, but it would get stronger. And as you can see, speed would slow down a lot, but in the draft, it was pretty good. At the front, you'd be doing quite a lot of power. So first lap is done, and I try to keep myself at the pointy end of business. Now, a few things to note about this race. SPR have got a couple of riders. SPR are the guys in green, so 2 bikes in front of me. Number 109, he is an SPR rider, South Perth Relays. We've got this guy on the right in the giant jersey. I think he was riding solo. I don't recall another guy in the same kit. We got a couple of guys riding solo who are regulars, but also in this race we're a team of 5 from KCRCC and Sandvik, right there in the grey, in the white and the grey. So the 3 guys in front here are teammates. They've got 2 more at the back. And the other 2 would be Michael Boey and what's his name? Alvin. Yes, Alvin Mac. We call him Big Mac because he's a small dude, but made the watts he puts out and his muscles. Yeah, we don't call him Big Mac for nothing. And so these guys start pushing, going 50 k's an hour, and this is the finishing straight. So finishing straight, pushing close to 40. They're putting out a lot of power, and I try to hold on because I'm riding solo. I don't want to be closing gaps, so I want to be jumping on the wheels when I can. But mid-race, or while I was racing, I actually didn't know that there were 5 of them working together, and that would cause a problem later on in my race. So here, my heart rate's still alright. I'm feeling pretty good. Slowly creeping up to about 160, but still very, very comfortable. Where I start to get uncomfortable would be when my heart rate hits about 180. Once it hits about 180, things start to get a little spicy for me. So here I'm still following the wheel of these guys. let's call him the Michael's Boys. Michael Boey is a guy in the skin suit. He's behind. You'll see him attack later on. But these are his boys. There's another guy, Michael, as well. I think he's actually the guy right in front of me. So 2 Michaels. They would later break away together with Big Mac and take the podium 1, 2, 3. But this is my race. I'm going to talk about what's happening here. So we go around again. This course is actually really short. It's just under 1 kilometer long, if I'm not wrong. So it's fast, it's short, and can do basically heaps of laps. I end up here in the second wheel, and I tell the guy on the right, hey, you want to pop back into your mate? And he goes in, and I tuck in behind, trying not to get to the front, but bearing in mind that if I keep letting people in and not going to the front, it may not bode well for me. And here, I'm actually wondering, these 2 guys are teammates. Should I just let the guy at the front go off? And I decide I'll probably just go and I told him happy to work with you. This was prior to the fact that I didn't know that these guys had more teammates, so I thought these guys were just riding alone, Kelly and Michael. So Kelly continues to go. I sit on his wheel, and I'm actually wondering if they're teammates. Why is he trying to pull Michael back? No clue. But anyway, I sit on the wheel, and as you can see, I am burning matches. My heart rate is going up 167. The race is still pretty long, so we've done about probably 4.5 kilometers. It's 2.4 miles there, and off. Woo! Someone goes, that's A grade coming through. And one thing about racing with mixed grades is that whenever the faster grade comes through, the race sort of neutralizes for the slow group. And so for a moment, I had some respite. My heart rate dropped a few beats per minute, but it was back to full gas again, pushing 300, 400, 500 watts for a short moment, because everyone wants to go fast again. Michael at the front pulls off. I think he was wondering whether he should get into the draft, and then he comes back a little bit, and Kelly in front of me gets back on his wheel. The photographer you see on the right, that is Karen, and she is the wife of Lee Jordan, who is a great mate of mine and also the president of the WestCoast Masters Cycling Council. If you haven't ridden with the WestCoast Masters yet, this is what the racing looks like. Really, really good stuff. It's well organized, it is respectful, and you don't have all the young crazy whippersnappers doing crazy things around corners. One of the big things that they reminded us today is not to dive bomb on the inside to overtake. Remember the phrase inside suicide. And so I'm right next to Kelly here, and I decide, you know what, I'm gonna give a go, 1 lap, and maybe this wasn't such a great idea. I went to the front and I did a turn, as you can see, putting down the power and watching my heart rate go up. Heart rate going up isn't a great thing. Now, bear in mind, 169, 170 BPM, still very, very comfortable. That's a very easy, like a tempo kind of pace. And so I was hoping that my heart rate would stay around that level, but it would slowly go up, and I think I would pay for it. I was attacked by Michael Boey. Michael tries to go, and I put down the power to close the gap because I was at the front. I did not want the break to go so early. It was only, 5.5 Ks in. Michael looks behind and goes, oh, snap, someone's on him, and it's me. Hey Mike, I hope you're going well. Michael loves these breakaways, and in his own words, he likes to go and he races in C grade because he can F around with the peloton. He is a pretty strong rider. He would probably easily hang on to B grade, but it's his first Masters race, and so he's joined us in C. I'm left hanging out at the front again, and that's A grade in front, pretty much catching up to them. And I decide, I don't want to work too hard. My heart rate's already 183, and so I start to ease up a little bit. I start to ease up and check whether anyone's going to go past. Apologies for the very jumpy speed on the right. I'm not exactly sure what the problem is. Maybe data dropouts, but yep, excuse that. Overall, it's pretty okay. It's smoothed out. And so I ease up a little bit. Instead of going 40s, back to 30s, lower the power a little bit, control my heart rate. But I am still stuck at the front, and looking back, I don't think this was a great place to be, especially heading back onto the straight. You can see the power going up straight away because it is a headwind. And heart rate's also creeping up to 180 in my not so comfortable zone. Definitely not super sustainable. I'm still going through the finish line here and hoping that someone would basically come across and start pulling, because I need a rest. Slowing down a fair bit, and I think the peloton could feel that things were slowing down. Have you ridden a Masters crit before? If you have, put in the comments below. 103 hits out in front, takes duties at the front, and I get some respite. If there's one thing I think I need to do better, I need to hold on to the wheels better so that I don't keep having to put in so much power to accelerate. Really takes it out of me, even though it's just a couple of seconds, the amount of power you put out. Or maybe I just need to do more interval sessions. He starts to basically rest up, sit up. I'm not going to pass him. I'm not going to go to the front. I'm being stubborn. And so I just stay there and just let him do his work. Going around the last corner now. And back onto the finishing straight. He's putting in an attack. I try to close it down, but he actually gives up so quickly, number 103. I think this could be David Harwood. I'm not sure, but David, if you're watching, let me know if that 103 was you or not. When he goes, this is Boone. So he was sitting at the back. Boone Tan, strong rider, ridden with him a couple of times with, I think it's KCRCC. And I remember sitting on his wheel through the hills because he is an absolute machine. This guy's quick. And remember, there are actually a team of 5 working together. Sneaky, sneaky. And I thought, well, I've sat on Boone's wheel before, and so I think it would be a good wheel to follow, and so I do. Problem is that he doesn't provide a fantastic draft. Tailwind section over here, and as you can see, the amount of power is not that high. It's really good, but my heart rate is still pretty high. Elvin Mack goes up the left, and during the race I actually didn't notice that. Elvin in that beautiful KCRCC batik kit goes and he starts accelerating, starts going, and we take the corner pretty hot. Boone is there. I'm trying to hold on to his wheel. There are 5 riders in front of me. And this is where the action starts to heat up. So it's about 5.3 miles, which is about 9 kilometers-ish. Still early days into the race. But what Elvin is doing, Elvin is trying to string the peloton out and basically see if we can create a gap, drop the rest of the guys behind. I had 1 or 2 sneak peeks behind, and it was pretty strung out. Racing with the West Coast Masters has been, I think for me this year, a breakout year for me, getting out of my comfort zone. Instead of telling myself, Nat, you just recovered and you should go into D group, D grade, I decided to jump straight into B. I gave it a crack, and I gave it a good crack. A couple of videos ago, I put out the video. I got dropped, I think I might have been able to hold on, but I thought, hey, I'll jump into C grade instead and really try and enjoy the racing. And enjoying the racing I am. If you can see, if you're looking at my race, oh, there you go, Michael Boey attacks again. Michael Boey attacks and joins Elvin Mack. Elvin at the front. It's still early, and so far no one is really chasing them down yet. You can see the boys are putting in some effort to at least increase the pace and not let the guys disappear. Kelly goes in front of me. I think he drifted to the back for a while. He's back up at the front again. And so we are on the chase. Going around the corner, and Michael Boey and Elvin Mack establish a huge gap, like massive. In such a short time, it's like 15 to 20 seconds. My understanding is that they had a 30-second gap by the time the race was over. No one's chasing. And here I'm telling the guys, it's a dangerous break. I don't have the legs to bring them in. But if we can bring them in, we need to, because those guys, if they work together, they're gonna escape. They're gonna escape. The guy at the front waves someone to go onto the front, but everyone is a little bit smashed. I am feeling a little bit smashed here at 6.5 mile mark, so about 10 k's in. But Kelly goes, and I follow his wheel. Here I'm thinking, if we're going about 37 k's an hour, I don't think we're going to be catching those boys. Those boys can cruise at around 40 plus, low 40s easily. And if they continue that way, I think they are going to escape, and the break would probably make it. Kelly here is pushing really hard, working for Michael. Michael is somewhere behind. He could have been on my wheel, I'm not entirely sure. But here Kelly goes, and I think he's looking for help, but I'm not coming through as yet, because I am still trying to save my biscuits. Riding solo without a teammate, and if you don't have super good racecraft like me, and here I go thinking that we can close the gap, put in some power, watch my heart rate skyrocket, but I cannot see anyone in front. Like, I can't see anyone in front. And then here, as we go around the straight, I see Michael and Elvin, and I go like, oh, maybe this is possible, let's try hang on. But I'm not keeping track of my heart rate. I can feel my heart really pumping 186. Holy cow. But they are within sight, and I thought, you know what, if I can only bridge up to them, that'd be fantastic. I can maybe escape with them, sit in the draft. But they're still going so fast, and I can't sustain the effort. Heart rate's going up 188, 189, and no, this is not happening. I'm feeling like I put in way too much. I've gone too much in the red, and I am suffering. I freewheeled through the corner, and I couldn't put power back on after. I was stuffed. I move off to the side, and I'm hoping that someone would come across and take lead at the front. And there we go. Not sure who his name is. The guy in black. Was it Ben? Maybe. And Michael goes. Dave Howard. Kelly goes. And I'm there trying to put power down just to catch up, because I go like, no, I don't want to be dropped. This is way too early in the race to be dropped. Not good. Gotta keep going. It's only 20 minutes. Come on, Nat, you can do it. And things come back together on the finishing straight where the headwind is. And so I'm saved, literally, by the headwind. The boys are reeling Elvin and Michael in. And I thought, oh, mate, there is hope. Yes, there is hope. And then Michael breaks off and hits to the front. My heart rate is at 189, I'm pushing, and I am absolutely dying here. But Michael would bridge across Kelly hangs back, he doesn't go across. And here our SPR riders start coming past. And this is where I start getting in trouble. Everyone is going past me, like literally everybody. I'm floating close to the back of the peloton now. Not entirely the back, so this is like 2/3 way back. There's still people behind. But I am in trouble. My heart rate is at 188, and so I do what I can to just hang on to the group. I do not want to get spat out. I need to cling on. I'm trying everything here just to hang on. I'm just lucky that they're easing up a bit, and in a group there's a lot more cover. And so because there's a lot more cover, I can save some energy. I'm trying to get my heart rate down again, hoping that I would be able to cling on and survive. What was going on in my head right now was like, Nat, you raced B grade and you got spat out. You're racing C grade, and if you're racing C grade now and you get spat out, man, what are you doing with your training? And are you even? Where's your mental game at? And so here I am at the back end. There are still people behind me, and I'm just hanging on. Absolutely hanging on. My heart rate goes down to about 180, and I'm starting to recover a little bit. And I thought, Nat, you got to try get your way back up to the front again. No point being at the end. If things go south, you will get spat out. And so I put in some effort on the tailwind section and try to make a few places up before we make that corner, the wide sweeping corner. And so I managed to get to the mid pack. I see Brune again, and I think, okay, cool. If he's here, I am safe. Little would I know that I would pretty much run out of gas. It's a very mental game, especially if you are not super strong. And it's interesting. 2 years on from coming back on the bike, I'm finally almost healing up. When I do all these efforts, I don't get nerve pain anymore. But I'm not back to full 100% fitness. I was looking at my stats from 2016, 2017, and my max power was way more than 1,002 watts. I had a max of 1,600. I could also last a lot longer. My times up Welsh Pool and Crystal Brook were way better. I could hold a lot better power. And I know I'm a couple of years older, but hey, I should still be fairly strong. I mean, these guys are all my age or older. Anyways, here we are. I am putting in some power to try to bridge up to the guys in front. My heart rate's still 178, 180. And I am starting to actually feel pretty tired. I move up over here on the finishing straight, trying to claw back to the front end. And guys from behind, which is a whole lot, are starting to go past me. Now remember, there are quite a few people at the front already. So I was mid-pack, and now I'm floating towards the back. Everyone's putting a huge effort. I'm doing like 300 watts and still going backwards. I need more power in my legs. And here I'm seeing one by one people going past me, and I'm going, shit, this is really, really bad. And guess what? I give up. And then from behind, the guy starts screaming. Someone starts screaming. And from zero, I suddenly find a new lease of life. As you can see, from like less than 200 watts, suddenly I'm pushing 200 plus. And the guys behind me, that was a bit of a motivational speech. I wasn't expecting that at all. I'd actually look under my armpits and saw that there were actually a bunch of guys behind me, and they obviously didn't want to get gapped. But I suspect they didn't have the legs to actually bridge as well. But hey, they gave me a second win, and and managed to latch back on. Now this was in the middle of the race, so about 16 kilometers in, and suddenly I'm back with the mid pack again, and going, sheesh, I'm back with the group. I'm back with the group. My race has been saved. All I got to do is just hang on and try to finish this race. Just hang on and try to finish. And so, with my heart rate up at 185, I am trying to just find the best wheel to hang on to and try my very best to stay in the race. I avoided getting dropped. Okay, that's good. Now back with the main pack. All I got to do is just stay with them. I was telling myself, nah, Nat, if you can't stay with this group, it's absolutely horrible. Sometimes motivation comes from the weirdest places, from people you don't even know, and yeah, it was good. I thought I had hit my maximum effort, my red line. I thought that was it. I thought I had nothing in the tank left, and that guy who shouted at me, I think his name is Peniston, he basically gave me second win. And so here, look, I'm digging in 700 watts and just keeping up with the guys, and so that was so good. And here, as I was with the main group, I was actually thinking to myself, you know what, Nat, you should have sort of stayed with the back group, or stayed in mid-pack instead of being at the front so early on. I think all of us have to realize our limitations, our strengths, our weaknesses. And for me, I think I have been thinking that I'm stronger than I actually am. So being at the pointy end, I was eating a lot of wind. I wasn't being as efficient as I could. Now, a few things that you guys on YouTube have told me, not get onto the drops, and I've been riding in the drops, doing the crit a lot more control. Unless I'm at the front. When I'm at the front, I go onto the hoods because it just gives me a bit more of an aero position. But I am riding in the drops a lot more now, and just want to say thank you for that. I think that's really good. I've also been trying to hold on to wheels a lot closer. The wide angle of the camera betrays the distance between me and the rider in front. So with this small gap here, I'm literally really close, about within a foot of the guy in front. So unicorn rider here, and once again, I am thankful that I could be in the draft. He takes a sip of water and reminds me that I shouldn't, so I do as well. Heart rate is still about 180, so it's more manageable than the 185 that I was at previously. And I'm just sitting behind these South Perth ruler guys, knowing that I am just a couple of wheels behind. Okay, so the rest of the race basically continues like this. The pace increases a little bit more. Now, I was hoping that the pace would actually go down a bit, because if the pace went down a bit, that would be absolutely fantastic. I would be able to recover. And what happens most of the time, from what I hear in a WestCoast Masters race, is that the C grade guys like to roll around the course and then have a couple of hard digs at the end of the race. But this race was obviously very different because of who showed up. And I guess that's also the fun part of racing, when you don't know who's going to show up and how the race is going to be. At the end of the race, I was told that this was one of the fastest C-grade races that has happened in a long while. And so I guess I can count myself fortunate to have been participating in this race that was tougher than usual. So I'm back on Kelly's wheel. He takes a sip of water. I'm behind. I take a sip of water as well and try to hang onto his wheel. The sun is starting to clear up. The clouds are parting in the blue sky. Amazing, amazing sky. The sun would be up shortly, but the sun would sort of come and go as it happens with cloudy days. But it makes for excellent video footage, eh? So putting in power again, and as you can see, I'm recovered mid 170s, which is really good, and I'm feeling pretty good about the whole race. If you've been watching and with me so far, hope you guys are enjoying the race footage and the commentary as well. If you have not subscribed, I do encourage you to consider subscribing. The number of subscribers to this channel, as it grows, it gives me not only motivation, but it also adds to the few cents that YouTube gives me when you guys watch my videos. So I really appreciate it, really do. I've been monetized, and hoping that this will be able to support what I do even more. I would love to make more videos around the racing scene and the different routes that we have in Perth, and to meet different people as well. And if you did that, that'd be amazing. I found a chance here to try to get up closer to the front. On the right, A grade is going, and so our side gets neutralized a little bit as we let the A graders go past on the right. So as how it is, if you're riding in the grade that's higher, you overtake on the right, no dive bombing on the inside at all. That's way dangerous. Inside suicide, and outside's all right. And so here I'm actually starting to think, okay, the race is going to end up pretty soon. We are at the 2/3 mark of the race, about 20 kilometers done of the whole final 20 miles. 20 miles is about like 30 plus Ks. So still feeling all right. That chime over there was the 5K lap that I've set on my GPS unit. And so it chimes and I go, oh, that's another 5K done. So that's like, what, 15 or 20 kilometers maybe. Okay, so here we go around the corner, and I'm starting to feel good. I want to try to get up a little bit higher, but I'm also quite wary of where my heart rate is at. I don't want to put too much effort in, just in case I blow up, and I do not want to blow up. As you can see, the headwind is a bit stronger and everyone's spread out across the road. It is not strung out, but someone makes an attack and everyone tries to cover. I see Kelly go, I see number 103 go, and I get onto 103's wheel because why? He's a pretty good draft, but still putting out quite a few watts. Going around the corner, and I'm still feeling all right. The guys at the front, so there are 3 up front, and they have at least a 30-second gap in front of us. We can't see them round the corners at all, not even on the straight, so they're pretty far. So this would be basically about hanging on and finishing with the bunch. Gonna be a bunch sprint. I try to hang on to the wheel still. Just trying to conserve energy, and this is back on Ibun's wheel. Seeing Ibun, Ibun had a very calming effect on me. When I saw him, I told myself it just means I am in an okay space. If he's here, I don't have to worry. Ibun has a teammate up the front. He has no business trying to chase down the peloton. He's just at the front covering. And he would go to the front and probably slow everything down if we got too close. That's the benefit of having teammates. Benefit of having teammates is that they can cover and basically prevent the peloton from really catching up to you if you are in the break. Just going around the finishing straight once again, still feeling fairly comfortable. And I'm actually thinking I might actually finish this race. I'm starting to feel pretty chuffed here, and pretty hopeful actually as we take the next corner. Big kudos to the guy in black over there. Can't see the number. Black with a white helmet. He raced pretty smart. Pretty strong guy. Very friendly. And once again, the racing here is really respectful. You don't usually get much shoulder barging or stuff like that. In fact, if you try any of those shoulder barging antics, you'll be told off pretty quick by a lot of people. So racing is very nice and respectful. It's still nice and pacey. It's like I don't know. Would you consider this a fast group ride? Not super fast, but I think fast enough. So we go around the corner again. I am still holding on to Boone's wheel. Boone, thank you. It was really good to sit on your wheel. But these guys, I guess, pushing it again on the finishing straight into the headwind. Trying to get good cover over here, because it was a slight cross headwind, so I had some cover being on the right of Boone. But obviously not enough, because I was doing like 300 watts. Going around the corner here, getting some respite. Kelly's over there. And sorry, Kelly, you're not coming in. I'm taking Boone's wheel. I feel like I'm in a good position. 5th wheel on the chase bunch. And still alright. Still within my tempo zone and not dying yet. My cadence has been lower as well. So if you notice on the left hand side, I've lowered my average cadence to around the 80s, low 90s, instead of having like 100 plus cadence. And that has helped me a lot. So the low cadence forces me to put out a little bit more torque, a little bit more power, because it is aerobic. It's not as aerobic rather, with a lower cadence. My heart rate is also not crazy high, which is really good. And here I start finding myself at a pointy end again. I've recovered, I'm feeling fresh, and yeah, I was looking down at the time elapsed, and it was only another like 10-15 minutes to go, or so I thought. I thought it was 40 minutes, but it's actually 45 minutes plus 2 laps, and so I got a little bit ahead of myself here. 3rd wheel, just following Boone, and going around the corner, feeling pretty good. Sun's up. Wind in my face, still pretty going well. Cadence around 90, which is perfect, not too high in the drops, and getting decent draft. At this point, I knew that the front guys were not going to be pulled back, and all I could do was just hang on over here, hang on and try to contest the bunch sprint if I had anything left in the bunch, during the bunch sprint, that is. My legs were actually starting to feel pretty tired over here. We've been going at a pretty high pace. The average speed of the whole race was 39.1 k's an hour. I also had a normalized power of 215 watts, which is actually above my FTP of 210. Maybe it's time for me to take a new FTP test and figure out where my FTP is. For you gurus out there who see my numbers, maybe you can give a guess to what my FTP is, and let me know in the comments below. And see if you can guess my FTP. So if enough of you try to guess my FTP, I will do a ramp test and see what happens. This attack that goes, and I can't cover. I'm pushing 500 watts, but not getting anywhere. I've tried to follow the wheel here. I know that there's going to be a tailwind, and it could be my chance to get back onto the front, and so I dig in hard and try to close the gap. Slowly but surely I'm dragging those guys back in, because I don't want to get dropped again. I was telling myself, Nat, no, you're not getting dropped at all. What happens to the rest of the race is I end up sticking to these guys, and there is a bunch sprint. One of the things that I'll do this week, I'm going to go office work to JB Hi-Fi and buy myself a new memory card. Obviously this 64 gig memory card isn't enough to record such long races. The battery of my DJI Action 3 is great, but the memory card isn't good enough, so I'm gonna get that so I can capture all the footage. Okay, what's gonna happen next is the video is gonna end very shortly because I ran out of memory. There's still, I think, at least 15 minutes of racing, at least 10 kilometers more, but I run out of memory. I stick on with this group, and during the bunch sprint, a few guys overtake me. I finish 5th. 4 guys overtake me. I'm 5th in the bunch sprint, 4th or 5th in the bunch sprint, and I finished 7th overall. So I'd like to give a big shout out to the West Coast Masters Cycling Council for organizing this race. This was a fantastic course, absolutely lovely. To all the riders out there who made this race happen, to the winners, Alvin Mack, Michael Boey, and Mike Warjanik, I think. 3 of you guys broke away. Well done on your win. And to the rest of the guys here, like David Harwood, shout out to you. Boone, shout out to you as well. Kelly, yeah, thanks for making the race happen. It was super fun. And I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I'm looking forward to seeing you guys out there on the road. And till the next video, ciao for now.